All right. Welcome back to Alter the Podcast. Today's episode is a special one, and no doubt you guys will recognize this household name. But I thank God because it's an honor that we have our first ever guest on the party.
Let's go.
This person deserves their flowers and more. He's a powerful forward who's made a mark playing at the highest level in the National Rugby League. Someone who carries his heritage with pride every time he steps out on the field. But behind the tackles, behind the jersey, the headlines is an amazing man, father, son, brother, one shaped by family, faith, culture, and purpose. Please welcome Sitili Tupouniua.
Let's go. Thank you.
Let's go. Did you like that?
Too kind. That was on.
Did you like that?
That was on. That was hype. The hype was real. Made me sound on.
So good. Welcome to the body. Welcome to the party. How you feeling? How's the drive?
Good. It's a short drive. I'm excited. I'm happy to be doing this, especially with someone I know. So. Keen.
Thanks, bro. Have you had breakfast yet today?
Yeah, I have. Workout.
Nice,
I have to.
Nice.
Have to be on now. We're back at training and season started. So
good.
Gotta keep eating.
Good. Yeah. See, we hear the inner athlete of you, so I like that. But before we get into the deep stuff and this episode, like I want to do a quick rapid fire game just to break the ice.
Yeah.
It's like this or that. So the
Sweet.
first thing that comes to mind, okay?
Yeah.
So gym session or beach day?
Gym session.
Ooh, over a beach day?
Yeah, I'm not a beach guy. I don't like the sun and as you can tell, I try to stay out the sun. So.
Gym session. Okay. All right. Early morning training or night training?
Oh, I'll go night training.
Night training.
Yeah.
Okay, what's that? Is it just a different vibe?
Yeah, I reckon. Obviously, we always train in the mornings, and
Yeah.
I think a few of the boys know I like a bit of a sleep-in, so
Nice.
I'll go night training.
Cool. All right. Coffee or energy drink?
Coffee. All
Coffee.
day.
What's your order?
I'm a cappuccino. Simple, yeah. Cappuccino.
Nice. Any type of milk or?
Nah, full cream.
Full cream.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Music in the car or silence?
Music, always.
Yeah.
I can't sit in the car, just,
Nice.
head noise, eh?
Nice. Home cooked meal or Uber Eats? Wait,
If I could choose, I cook a bit, but
yeah.
if I could choose now, Uber Eats.
Yeah, Uber Eats. More convenient. Hey?
Yeah, 100.
All right. And then the last one, cuddles with your son or ice bath?
Nah, I got cuddles with my son.
Oh,
He's the best.
He's a little unit.
No,
He's so cute, man.
Getting too big.
How old is he now?
9 months.
9 months.
I know.
Turning the big one.
Oh, soon. Too soon.
Sheesh. Okay, cool. Awesome. So before we talk about footy, I just want to start with like getting into the podcast and stuff. Like, who was Sitili when the jersey comes off? Like,
I think I'm just a regular dude. Someone that likes to hang around with family, friends, and just chill. I don't see myself any different to just like a normal person, and I'm still close with all my day ones that I grew up with.
Yeah.
So when I'm not playing, I'm just the same guy, same Sitili that I was when I was back at home in Central. So nothing really changes.
for our viewers and our listeners who don't know you too well, like, where you from? Where did you grow up? What's your background like?
Sitili Tupouniua. Obviously grew up in Auckland, Central Auckland, Mount Roscoe, Mount Albert. So just that whole central region. But just a proud boy from Auckland, Tongan heritage, both parents Tongan. So that's pretty much it.
Can I ask, do you know your villages in Tonga?
All I know is Golofo.
That's
it, just straight Tonga, that's it.
City boy, I love that.
Man.
I love that. So growing up in Central Auckland, like, what's your family dynamic like? Like, how many siblings do you have?
I got pretty big family. I got 2 younger brothers, three older sisters. Obviously, my eldest sister passed away a few years, so rest in peace to her. But big family. Then got all cousins. And all that we grew up thinking that we were all siblings, we call each other brothers and sisters, even to this day. So very family orientated from young, and they probably massive shout out to my grandparents. They always made sure that we done everything together, and that we always caught up family whakawha and gatherings. Every Sunday was mandatory, so just grateful for the life I have and and the family especially.
There's that saying of you're a product of your own environment.
Yeah.
And like I can tell already how family orientated you are, how knit you are with your siblings.
Yeah.
And like, it's part of our culture being Tongans, like your first cousins are your siblings.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
people don't
100.
get it, but like
they-
those are your siblings,
Yeah.
like from day dot. So take me back to the younger Sitili. Like
Yeah.
what were you like as a kid growing up? And yeah, who were the people that like shaped you the most?
Yeah. Really growing up was probably could call me like a little. I was probably like a little cheeky boy, probably a naughty. Probably thought I was the man and used to do what I wanted to do. But like I said, grateful to have grandparents, parents, and family and friends that sort of always keep me back, put me back in check and put me back on the right path. But yeah, that was me. I've always grew up loving sports. I was playing sports whether it was with my cousins and families or with my friends down the road. That was probably my favorite part about going to school, was just playing rugby and that, and lunch breaks and morning tea and stuff. So always grew up loving sports. That's probably the main thing, and always enjoyed being around my family. Like you said, grandparents and my parents always made sure that, family first with everything we do. Obviously God and family. I was a bit of a naughty dude, grew up. Didn't enjoy school too much. But obviously just stayed in because, there's a Tonga in it. That's it's like, as an islander, I think it's like, that's probably the only way they see it making through is through school or going that direction. But I sort of always knew I wanted to play rugby as a career, but grateful that I made it out the other side. Like I said, I was a bit of a naughty dude, but just grateful for the people I had around me.
You mentioned your grandparents a lot. Like, how important or like how special are they to you?
Yeah, they're massive. They're the leaders of our family. They're the ones that have guided us through everything. Obviously guided my parents and then now us. And they're probably the most experienced in life. So they're able to help us out and they sort of talk to us and guide us through life. I feel like they've been through it all. They know what's good and what's wrong, and they're just real, believe in God so much, and it's something that they've taught down to us kids and all of us. But like I said, they're the leaders of our family, and just grateful to still have them around now too.
That's so important. You're named after your grandpa, and that name carries weight. Like you represent your culture, you represent your name and yourself and your family on the field. What was it like playing your first game and like having your grandparents like witness that?
Having my grandpa's name is a massive weight, and the way I was growing up, it was probably like, what a waste of a name.
You're like,
is this the right guy to name after my grandpa? But just grateful that it all worked out. I was able to make my debut and have all my family there witness, and just grateful that having my parents witness and still being around now, still being supporting me throughout my whole journey, and even so now, everything I'm doing, they're always there, and I know they're always praying for me. So just super happy to still have them around.
Man, that's so cool. It's so beautiful to hear, like you talking about your family like that and how much they play an important part in your life. So like, looking back at that journey now and with everything you've experienced, if you got to sit down with your younger self and like, this is before NRL and everything, like what would you tell the younger you? Did you have the mindset of like, you knew you were going to get into NRL, you knew this was like the career, the path that you're going to like, you're called to, that this is your purpose?
That's the weird thing, is that when I was young, I always knew, like,
see,
I said it, that's what I mean. It's probably a good thing and a bad thing, but I'm a bit stubborn and I'm a bit like, if I want to do something. So I remember when I was young, like probably 10, 11, like my grandparents used to ask, like all of us kids sit down, what do you want to be when you grow up? And you see everyone going, oh, doctor, lawyer.
Lawyer.
And I would always say, like, I want to play rugby.
And
then like, obviously as Islanders, like, what's another what's another plan if that doesn't work? And in my head I was always like, nah, I'm gonna play rugby. And so that's probably why when I look back, if I said something when I was a kid, just trust it, and I think that's a lot, not just for myself or for a lot of younger kids, is like, I feel like sometimes people around us can push us towards a different direction, but I'm just grateful that I was able to, from a young age, know that this is what I wanted to do.
Very
and
driven,
like, I don't know what it was, if like you said, a calling or
your purpose, man.
like it was like, I felt like that was my purpose, and it's been like that since I was young, as even though when I was doing like going around being naughty and stuff, I always been like, oh good, I'm gonna play rugby one day, And I was sort of the thing is like, yeah, I'm gonna go do this and go muck around a little with the boys. But at the back of my mind, I'm always like, oh good, I'm gonna play rugby, So I think it's massive for especially Islanders. I think we've been taught there's only one way, whether it's like especially for our parents, you got to go to school, get a good job. You know, the education is the way, and I'm just happy that from a young age I knew that this is what I wanted to do. Yeah,
that's so cool. I love that. You got a good head on your shoulders, bro. Sheesh. That leads to my next question. Did you always believe NRL was possible for you? Like,
yeah, I did. Obviously, I know it did. Like these obviously times throughout the journey when you question yourself. But I feel like for me, I was like the guy that I put all my eggs in this one basket, and it was like, if I don't crack it, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I feel like for anyone, when you want to do something and you're really driven and you really want to do it, I feel like there's nothing that can really stop you. And I feel like our mind is so powerful, and we just need either the right people around us to either support us, or we need to get in check ourselves. Like we need to have a strong mindset. Sometimes people are going to be coming in and trying to persuade you or influence you. Oh, nah, this is not possible. What if this doesn't work? And I'm just grateful. Probably if you meet my grandpa, that's how he was. He was real. It's his way or it's his way or no way. And maybe I took a bit of that. With the way I am, it's I gotta do this, and it's gotta work out. Or because I had no plan B at the time.
Just plan A, stuck to it, and just ride through the wave.
Yeah, that's it. Gotta ride. That's exact. That's right. It's not always up. You gotta ride the downs, and then just keep going. Keep pushing.
Can I ask, has faith played a part in your journey as well? Like,
yeah, for sure. I feel like faith is massive. Like you said, there's these times where you feel like you question yourself, and I feel like my parents and my grandparents have always just said, go to the Lord, and I feel like it's not until you have no one to go to, that's when you're like, oh, that's when you're like, oh, then you start asking the Lord, oh, is this actually what I need to do? Is this for me? This is the time where it just starts to happen, and everything starts aligning, and then you're like, oh yeah, this is it.
It's important, I love that. Okay, cool. So I do want to make a special shout out to the team behind the potty, because we were talking about this the other night. One of the biggest moments in rugby league was the rise of Matema'a Tonga in 2017. And, you know, we all saw the Red Sea, like, Maha tsunami, but what was the experience like?
The whole Tonga journey, I feel like it's massive. Watching what they done and then being able to jump on board with the team the following year. It's crazy. I feel like as Tongans, we're diehard. It's just, I don't know what it is, but we're just proud to be Tongan, and for a small nation, we got big hearts, and that was shown from the team. Was we went against the big dogs, and the boys managed to do what they did, and it's just started the movement, not only for Tonga, but now the rest of the Pacific Island nations are coming through, and now it's just made the game even bigger. So
from the first team, like when you saw them being called, when you saw the whole like disruption in the media, like, you know, you've got these high playing players like wanting to come down to a level, like humbling themselves and also making a ruckus in the community, that really like fire you up, like
100%. When I watched him, I was like you said, that 2017 I wasn't in the actual squad, but just watching them and seeing what they went through, and they still, you know, stood 10 toes and go, nah, we're gonna make the switch. I remember sitting there watching there going, oh yeah, I'm gonna play for Tonga. Like I was like, if I ever get the chance, I'm gonna play for Tonga. And then, you know, the coach gave me a call, and then just to go into the squad and then talk to all the boys and hearing what they actually went through, it's mad. Like the media, everyone was, and they're getting even messages in the DMs about what they done, but to still stick solid and to do what they did for Tonga, it's something that now I'm grateful that I'm a part of, and I think it's just gonna keep flourishing, especially for the next generations, and then even all the other Pacific Islander clubs.
100%. Because I feel like Tonga made that like shift Because then you got all the other teams, like the Pacific teams that have other players now wanting to be a part of it.
Yeah.
But I feel like Tonga put that specific thing like on the map for rugby world. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I reckon they're the trendsetters and
Yes, we are. Not just because we're Tongan, but no, 100%, 100%. What was it like having your own float?
oh,
Like, you know, this whole parade in the
Yeah.
middle of Nuku'alofa City. Like,
that's
how
the
was
thing.
that?
Nah, it's crazy. Like win or lose, they're gonna.
Yeah.
But lucky
Win
when
or
we went
lose.
there, when I went there that time, we had won.
Yeah.
We had beaten Australia and that, so
Yeah.
it was crazy. Yeah, you feel like a superstar. But
Yeah. And your own.
having your own flow, having your own
Oh.
parade, and just being around your own people.
Oh.
I think that's what made it better. And I think what makes it even better is just seeing, what it does to our island,
Yeah.
going back and seeing all the kids running around in Tongan
wow.
jerseys and the families. So just confirmed with me, like,
Yeah.
we, like, especially probably the older boys too, like when we went back, like, yeah, we made the right decision,
That's so
playing for
cool.
Tonga and
I love
doing that.
Do you feel like it also like strengthened the bond with you boys as a team? I've read that some players, it was their first time going to Tonga, like, or even connecting with their Tongan roots. Like,
Yeah.
did you see that like within?
Yeah,
You
for
guys?
sure. Like whenever we go into camp, you can see the boys that are like can't really speak Tongan, like they're learning and
Yeah.
even learning the sipitao, learning like the himis and all that. You can see them, they're actually keen to learn. And then some of the boys, the first time going to Tonga, I feel like, they embraced it and they loved
wow.
it. So I feel like every time we go into camp, all the boys are trying to pick up on their
Yeah,
Tongan, learning, asking questions. Even myself, like, you start speaking Tongan
Tongan,
more in
yeah.
camp, and then, you probably don't speak as much when you're away, but when we
Yeah.
go to camp,
Everyone's
is
tuned
trying-
in.
Yeah,
eh?
tuned in, and it's tika.
That's so good. That's so good, man. Do you have any highlights of your first time playing for MMT?
Massive highlight was just seeing my family when we were singing,
Oh wow.
the national anthems, and we were just all in a line, and I remember just looking straight ahead and just managing to spot my parents,
Oh.
all my family. And the year before was when I had lost my sister, so I remember seeing her photo and her photo in the crowd, and all my family wearing her shirts. So
She was with you.
yeah, she was with me there
man.
spiritually. So I
love
felt
that.
her and the whole family, but that's probably the
Yeah.
main one that sticks out.
Wow, that's so
Yo.
beautiful. Thanks for sharing,
Nah,
sharing
it was
that.
me.
So we're talking about the MMT,
Yeah.
and you mentioned how you looked to the crowd and you got to see your family. The year before you had just lost your older sister.
Yeah.
Navigating throughout your athletic journey, you are an athlete, and I hope you take that.
Yeah,
and you like walk with it, like
Yeah.
it's your God-given talent. But yeah, how was it, losing your sister, living away from family,
Yeah.
going through grief? How has it been in your journey? Like, has
Yeah.
it made you stronger? Was there like the
Yeah,
highs and
for me, I
lows?
feel like the first was like accepting it. I don't know when I did it. It took me ages. When the first couple of years, I was just questioning like, oh, why it happened and everything. I remember when it first happened, like you said, I was living away and I moved back, and I was like, I'm just gonna stay here with my fams. But like I said, my family and that pushed me, and I know if she was here, she would be like, what the hell are you doing? What the hell, go back.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, now I'm obviously in a good place. So I've accepted it, and it definitely has driven me. I think about her a lot, especially when I'm back home and before I run out. She was like my number one supporter. She was like my mom, because obviously our parents are always busy working. So when I first moved over here, she was the one that was calling me. She was the one messaging me, and she was the one. So I think that's why it was really hard for me when it first happened. But she was massive throughout my whole life, through schooling. When I was getting in trouble, she was the one that was always just, yeah.
How much older is she then? How
She's 7 years, but
7 years.
7 years, but
wow.
we got the same birthday, so
No way.
yeah. So we were like twins,
In
but not
May?
really. Yeah, both May.
Oh,
So that's why we were so
wow,
close.
That's so beautiful.
7 years apart, but sharing the same birthday.
Yeah.
She was honestly the best for me, and probably took it hard when it first happened, just being away. But now, I know she's with me, and I'm always thinking about her and all that, and I know this is what she would want me to be doing, and
Of course.
I know she'll be straight supporting me.
Yeah.
She was always my number one fan. even when I was playing NRL, I was playing local footy marriage. She was always like, good girl, like messaging me, checking up on me. So I miss her a lot, but I know, I just hope she's proud and she's watching.
She is. She so is. And for like Tili's family and friends, like they all know Dodo, your older sister. May she rest in peace. But she's loud.
Yeah,
you could hear her from a mile away. So if she were in the
was,
crowds, like she would be cheering you on. Like,
for sure.
Man, I do want to ask, like, because I feel like grief isn't touched too much with like athletes and players. And obviously, you know, we look at athletes and people on the field, like they've got it. Like they don't go through the ups and downs. It's probably just the training and the regime of like routine, eating well, training well. And then when life hits you like this with grief, how was it like being back on the field for the first time?
Yeah, you're right. Because when you're an athlete in that, you know, you got to have this persona where you got to be tough and that. And like I said, when I came back and played, it was weird, but I feel like I had more drive and you know, I really wanted to I hadn't made my NRL debut at the time, so my first game back I was playing obviously the lower grades, but just wanting to, you know, make my debut and make my sister proud and the rest of the family. But yeah, the drive was different for sure. So
more resilient. Like you had to push through.
Hard.
Like you know, someone's talking in your ear from up there, but
100.
like, man, thank you for sharing that. That's
good.
Yeah, it's real special. So I guess with my first season with the podcast, like I did 10 episodes. And I really like talked about when I lost my brother, and like for those who don't know, my brother and Tili, like you know,
that's the boys, man.
That's the boys. So I'm really honored that you came through, and I know my brother, he was such a huge fan of you, especially on your come up. He'd be like, "Yeah, I was with Tili, and we catch up." And I feel like there's certain traits where you guys are both the same, like Eti Fiver, like a bit too loud, like a bit too yappa. But you got the sisters there to humble you, to like, you know, look out for you.
Hey, put it back in check, back to reality.
Back to reality. Nah, you need the sisters there. But I just I know with this episode, it means a lot to me that you're on here because I know how close my brother was with you. And we're family at the end of the day. Like it means a lot. But it's a beautiful thing that we're able to share grief on this episode. So thank you for just opening up space and like being able to touch base on that. But how are we going, team? We good? We good? Yeah? Okay.
Can you pay please for my live show, please?
Okay.
We do encourage heckling from the crowd.
Love it,
no, please. Don't encourage them, bro.
We might turn the camera on them. So, fast forward to now, you know, the NRL, the game is going global, and you've just come back from Las Vegas. Like, I swear, like, it was giving Super Bowl vibes there. I was like,
straight up.
That looks crazy. It looks insane. But it's so cool that you guys took this tour to America to expose NRL. And we've seen some great moves from you both on and off the fild. Some you know,
never
throwing
again.
the arms.
Chance, bro.
But yeah, who taught you to dance?
I don't know, honestly. It's just when I'm in the vibes.
when you're
in the vibes and having fun, then that's when the moves come out.
How was Las Vegas this time around, especially representing the Bulldogs? You know, you've signed up to them. You've left the Roosters. How was it? Best experience. Just going over there and seeing the fans, the crowd, and seeing the way they do it there. There's different. American sports is massive and culture.
Like the culture. Really, it's like they love it there. But I was meaning to go out there, play the game, play at the stadium. But just grateful, obviously, to see different parts of the world, like obviously going to Vegas, and it's taking me other places too, but just to go there and just experience that, it was crazy.
Because this is not your first time going to Vegas, eh?
Yeah, second.
This is your second time. So what's the difference being going as a Bulldogs now instead of like Roosters? Yeah,
I think when we first went, that was the first time, so it was big.
First time.
That was the first time NRL ever went, so it was big. But I think it's when I went this time, it was even bigger. Like they said, I think this was the biggest that the crowds in that were, the way they turned out. And Bulldogs fans they're different.
Massive?
So they turned out there. They were crazy. when we went out there to the fan day and stuff, they were all out there in numbers. So that's probably the main difference was just the crowd and the numbers were.
Did you ever
10
think
times
like rugby league would be a sport in America, or can it? Do you feel like it will grow in America?
I think it can. You know, I think it's just Americans I feel like when they stuck on, they got NBA, they got NFL, they got a lot of sports there. But if they start watching the game, I reckon they get into it because it's pretty ruthless. It's pretty much just NFL but without the pads.
Without the pads, eh? No armor.
Yeah, just straight in there.
Yeah, what was the highlight for your tour in Las Vegas? Where do you see how it's like built your character?
Going this time, I'm a bit older and obviously enjoying my time, but still making sure that I'm going there to get ready for the game and prepping to get the job done. And
I love that. Do you have like a ritual, like a routine before you get on the field? Like, do you have like a song you listen to, or like what's your?
Nah, I think the main one's just the prayer. Just before we run out, I always have to pray, and that's probably the main ritual. And music, I have one song that I always listen to, is just Shaggy.
Oh yeah,
Shaggy,
okay,
Keeping It
Shaggy,
Real is the song.
Nice.
So that's the song that I play as soon as I get off the bus. I don't know, it's just it's a good song.
That's a good song. That's such a good track.
Yeah.
Away from the stadiums and the big games, your life has also changed in a really special way. You know, becoming a father, becoming a husband, it changes a lot. And like, I feel like there's a shift in your life and even in your purpose and your story. What's it like? What's it like being a dad, being a husband? Like, how's it been for you?
Yeah, it's good. It's obviously a lot of change, but I'm loving it. You know, being a husband and then being a father. Yeah, like you said, it gives me more purpose now and just wanting to lead. You know, show my little one, you know, what you can get when you work hard and obviously just providing for them, giving them sort of the life that I didn't have. But then also just being there. I think that's probably the main one for me, just being a present father, playing footy and stuff.
Yeah. It's a sacrifice.
Yeah, it's a sacrifice. And then
time away.
So whenever I go home, trying to help around.
But do you help around? I'm looking at the
She knows. I try.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's just giving me a whole new purpose. And also it gives me, when I'm away, usually when I was away from footy, when I didn't have my little one, I was still thinking about rugby and it was always just on my mind. But now when I go home, you know, I don't think about rugby anymore. It's just chilling with my son
family,
and having fun with him and my wife.
Do you feel like the times you go away and you come back, like your son has grown?
Like
where did the time go?
I think I only went for 12 days, the Vegas trip. And I come back and he's already doing stuff that he wasn't doing, and just the way he acts, and he's getting too big.
You know, what would you want for your son and future children to see? Like, you know, you're paving the way for you and your little family. Hopefully more kids on the way, more nieces and nephews, more popuna.
That's the one.
But yeah, like, what do you see for the future for your kids?
Yeah, I think just like I said, working hard, being a good man, good person. I think that's the main one. A faith-driven person, not letting other people determine what you want to do or what you want to be. I feel like it's a hard thing for us islanders. I feel like sometimes fall into the trap of worrying about what other people think, and you know, when I was like, oh, what are they gonna say? Which is something that I've had to deal with, is not doing something because what are they gonna think? And I think that's a big thing for all islanders, is worrying about what other people think. So I think just for my kids is, you know, just be who you want to be, but work hard and be a good person.
I love that. You've got some strong morals and values, and like instilling that in your young ones is so true. But yeah, it's beautiful because, you know, you get to create your own narrative and not let anyone try and deter you from your vision or your calling or your purpose. Like, we've talked about your journey, you know, culture, big moments, but now it's time for the people. So I put out like a Q&A on the Altered the Podcast Instagram, and no one knew you were coming on. I did little teasers and I was like, surely these people will like figure it out. Your reel is literally the first reel for the Bulldogs Instagram page, but I'm going to ask you a few questions.
Sweet.
First question is, how long is your hair?
I don't know. Let's see.
Have you ever done like braids or like you just let it out?
I braided it a few times. And
What
above
do you have it like it out when you play or like?
nah, because it just gets in the way.
Yeah.
Like if I could, I would braid it, but it's annoying and it's sore when
Yeah.
I braid it, and it doesn't look that good. But that's probably the only time I wish I had short hairs when I'm playing.
Because are you like this on
Yeah,
the field
no,
and you're like
that's the only
tucking
time it
your
gets
hair
annoying.
behind
I
your
know,
ear now.
fuck, that's the only time it gets annoying.
Alrighty. Another question is, how much do you love your sisters? What would you do without your sisters?
What sister sent that? Teti or Rachel? Nah, I love them, bro. Honestly, they're the best they ever been. Shout out to our sisters, bro. They do anything for me, and now my little son.
Yeah.
They're the number one babysitters.
Oh, wow. You're lucky.
I know. Whenever I need a break, I just call them up.
You're blessed, man.
Yeah.
You're so blessed. What was it like leaving the Roosters for the Bulldogs?
Yeah, I think at the time, like you said, I was there for 10 years. So
Wow,
probably the
that's
first one
massive.
was like sad and, all the memories and all that. But then when I signed, I knew I needed to make that change and, experience something new and challenge myself. But obviously you're going to miss the club. But now that I'm at the Bulldogs, it's probably one of like the happiest decisions I've made. Enjoyed my time at the Roosters and still close friends with all those boys and stuff. But now at the Bulldogs, it's just a fresh start and the boys there are the best and the crowds and everything. So loving my time there so far.
So good. I didn't know you were with the Roosters for 10 years.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
a
much 10.
decade.
Yeah. So obviously when I first
Damn.
moved over, I was 17. So coming through all the juniors and stuff, and then probably just under 10, like 9 years. Came in 2015, left the end of 2024.
Dang. Who you know?
Too long, bro.
Stilly.
Too long.
That's so good. Okay. Okay, I've got this one here. So this person didn't know it was someone from the Bulldogs, but shout out to Nivs. She says, if it's the doggies, please tell them I'm their biggest fan.
Yes, sir.
We on. Okay, another question. Have you had a kebab from Bankstown area?
Bankstown. I've had heaps of kebabs. Nah, I don't know if from Bankstown.
Not from Bankstown.
Nah, just Balmore.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Balmore Brothers?
Balmore Brothers.
Oh, nice.
That's the number one
Yeah,
go-to.
the local.
The 12 a.m. feeds.
Yeah.
Yo,
What's your meat or what's your like
I get the mixed
mixed meat?
meat, bro.
2 people asked this question. So, Dilly, what is your favorite Bible verse?
Ooh, good question. Okay, put me on the spot. We'll go. Probably the main one's just Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5, 6. Was it? Trust in the Lord with all your heart, lean not on your understandings, acknowledge Him in all your ways, and He'll make straight your path. So,
Amen.
let's
Daddy,
go.
that's for you.
Yeah, see? Hey, try to catch me out there, eh?
Yeah, your sister's
I was like,
got you,
oh,
bro.
frick. Make sure.
Okay, this is a random question, but who do you think the best team in NRL is? The Melbourne Storms?
Freaking Bulldogs. The
You heard
Bulldogs,
it here
man. Come on.
first. You heard it here first. Yeah, who put that question, bro? It's been special having you on the potty. You've been able to share a lot about yourself, and I just, really honor your time coming out. You've just come back from Vegas, a long trip. But with that Bible verse, how you going to walk into this new season with the Bulldogs,
Hey,
man?
trust in the Lord, man. Like
Come
you said.
on. Yeah.
I know that He's got plans greater than the plans I have for myself. So I'm obviously going to put in the work and stuff, but keep trusting in the Lord with everything I do.
Amen. But yeah, thank you so much, Stilly. Thank you for your time. To everyone who's watching on YouTube or listening on Spotify, don't forget to like, follow, and don't miss the next episode. We'll leave Stilly's Instagram. Are you just on Insta?
Yeah, Insta.
Yeah, so you guys can follow his journey. He's already on there, like professional athlete. But yeah, you've been listening to Alter the Podcast, where stories meet surrender, beyond the platform, into purpose. But yeah, thank you, God. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Let's
Woo!
go.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.